My colleague Suesha is joining us live on the broadcast from Republic Newsroom. Now, good morning, Suesha. Of course, this is a traditional meeting. We expected this to happen, but what all will be on agenda? What is the Prime Minister expected to speak on?
Very good morning to you, Rakshita, and all our viewers. As the focus, of course, is what the Prime Minister will speak on. Remember, this is coming a day after those fiery remarks that were made by Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi, and in fact, remarks that have not gone down well with the majority, because not only did he make anti-Hindu statements, but he also went on to hurl direct insults against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He also raised the Agniveer scheme and several controversies that he stoked on the floor of the House. Now, while today Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to deliver an address at 4 p.m., what exactly will he say? Will he counter Rahul Gandhi's remarks yesterday, or will they be completely ignored? With regards to Rahul Gandhi's remarks, Rakshita, let's also tell our viewers that a majority of those remarks have been expunged. In fact, the statements that he made against industrialists Adani and Ambani, the controversial anti-Hindu comments, Agniveer scheme, examine quota is centralized to favor the rich, is what he had said. And he also said that the BJP is unfair towards minorities. So all these remarks that have been expunged, they are no more a part of the parliamentary record. But right now is that very important NDA all-party parliamentary meet, which is underway. Prime Minister had arrived just a short while ago, and this primarily is to also plan the road ahead. Now, the centre has been facing the ire as far as the NEET controversy is concerned. In fact, we are also picking up that there is a high possibility that Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan will not be speaking on the floor of the House on the NEET issue. We had also seen how the opposition parties had staged that massive protests outside the parliament, alleging that it is the ruling party that is using, or rather misusing, the central investigative agencies in a bid to target the opposition. So while all those attacks have been mounting, it was yesterday Rahul Gandhi who really created that ground for the kind of politics that is playing out in the country right now. And just to quickly take you through what had happened yesterday, Rakshita, where Rahul Gandhi had said that BJP leaders are not Hindus. He had said Amit Shah is not a Hindu, Prime Minister is Narendra Modi is not a Hindu, BJP does not represent Hindus, Hindus are violent, Hindus promote violence. So these remarks have certainly not gone down well with the Hindu community, and while there is a growing demand...
Yes, Suesha, yes, in fact, we're getting live visuals. These are the latest visuals. First on Republic TV, we can see the Prime Minister being garlanded by H.D. Kumaraswamy, congratulated and felicitated by all the allies. You can see he's shaking hands with each of the leaders of the ally parties, and he was given a rousing welcome. He's cheered on, and of course, he's applauded as he's welcomed to that hall where this address is going to take place. You can see all the leaders standing around him. You can see Rajnath Singh next to the Prime Minister, Jitendra Singh, of course, accompanying him there, and Bharat Mata Ki Jai chants also reverberating in that hall as the Prime Minister is applauded. We can see Lallan Singh and Vande Mataram chants also be raised there. And Suesha, as we speak, we of course are witnessing the Prime Minister, of course, all smiling faces, in the NDA, and everybody congratulating the Prime Minister. And of course, as you were mentioning, that many of the crucial issues will be on agenda. And remember, as we were speaking earlier, ever since the coalition politics is back, it remains to be seen how the challenges of a coalition government will be, taken up by BJP, by Prime Minister Modi.
And how they unanimously stand by Narendra Modi's conviction for the country. In fact, how they completely believe in his vision, And that is the message that the NDA very clearly sends out to the opposition that has been upping the attack. But like I said, Rakshita, the tone of the politics that is underway right now and how Rahul Gandhi made those remarks on the floor of the House.
Absolutely.
Now remember, 4 p.m. is when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to counter the opposition. He will be holding that address. He will be delivering that address, I beg your pardon. And in fact, it could well be 5 p.m. also. So we are still confirming on that. But remember, these pictures, Rakshita, as we stay with them, Prime Minister Narendra Modi garlanded by H.D. Kumaraswamy, and how the entire NDA allies, all of the NDA clapping loudly, welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the kind of warmth he receives from all the NDA allies.
Absolutely. So you can see Prime Minister being welcomed there, and this is the first NDA parliamentary meet, the first time the Prime Minister is going to address them, all the NDA ally leaders, the party leaders, and they will be responding to the motion of thanks debate today as well. The Prime Minister is chairing that NDA parliamentary party meeting for the first time in his third term, and you can see as we speak those visuals coming in, all the top leaders of the BJP, all the cabinet ministers also present there, and so are of course the leaders of all the other ally parties welcoming the Prime Minister. And Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Vande Mataram also raised, the slogans have been raised. And in fact, the NDA meeting comes amid the discussions in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha on the motion of thanks to the President Draupadi Murmu's address to a joint sitting of the Parliament. And of course, video is right now coming in showing he's arriving for the NDA parliamentary meeting, that parliamentary party meeting. And remember, later today, very importantly, Prime Minister is expected to reply to the discussions in both the houses today and tomorrow. The Prime Minister is likely to, speak both respond to the discussions that have taken place in the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. And of course, remains to be seen how the Prime Minister responds to Rahul Gandhi. So, Yash, if you are still with us, I would like to, in fact, speak to you about Rahul Gandhi's speech. Of course, most of it has been now expunged, but it has, of course, triggered a massive political controversy, a political face-off, and it'll be interesting to see how the Prime Minister's response to what happened yesterday, isn't it?
Events of what has happened in this session of the Parliament. You would remember, even when President Murmu had laid the roadmap and delivered that address on the floor of the House, talking about the vision of the Modi 3.0 government, the kind of responses that came in from the opposition, where they said that, this is a vision that lacks luster, and those were the kind of remarks that were made. Of course, we have been seeing how the opposition has been staging an outright protest against the centre, a need issue that certainly takes centre stage, and that is something where the opposition has been upping the ante. But that massive protest that took place outside the Parliament, where all of the opposition MPs have been alleging that it is the ruling party that is misusing the central investigative agencies, and that is why they are being targeted. This, of course, as they continue to complain about price rise, inflation, unemployment, and those issues that certainly are something that the opposition has been, attacking the centre about. But what really will Prime Minister Narendra Modi say today is something that the entire country is waiting for, because today is the climax in that sense of this session of the Parliament. Remember, this is the first session after the Modi 3.0 government that has come to power, and those slogans that are being raised on the floor as this parliamentary party meet is all set to begin. But these pictures pretty much talking for themselves of how the NDA stands strong and completely believes in the vision of Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, taking the country forward for the next 5 years, and how exactly does he want to shape the country of the goals that he has. And this is the NDA that stands by him through thick and thin, that stands by him strongly. So that is the message that certainly comes across in this NDA parliamentary party meet that has already begun. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was garlanded. He received a warm welcome. There were Bharat Mata Ki Jai slogans that were being raised loudly. And of course, at about 4 p.m. today is when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to deliver that address, much awaited, especially a day after leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi went on to make those scathing remarks, anti-Hindu remarks. He went on to say that Hindus are violent and Hindus promote violence. Now, this is something that has certainly not gone down well. Direct insults heard at Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He also went on to say that Prime Minister Modi is not a Hindu, Amit Shah is not a Hindu, BJP leaders are not Hindus, and BJP does not represent Hindus. Remember the kind of condemnation that his remarks have already been receiving. He went on to say that those who call themselves Hindus only talk about violence, hatred, untruth, and aap Hindu ho hi nahi is what he said. Remember, Rakshita, that the Lok Sabha Green Book or the Lok Sabha rule book that clearly states that a member while speaking shall not utter treasonable, seditious or defamatory words. Now, can his remarks have a much larger consequence than what one can imagine, or what is happening right now is something that time will tell. But what happens on the floor of the House is exceedingly important, and what Prime Minister Narendra Modi will say at 4 p.m. today is much awaited on how he will reply to how the opposition has been upping the ante. But those remarks by Rahul Gandhi, which, remember, Rakshita, and once again for the benefit of our viewers, I say, have been expunged, whether it was about Narendra Modi or Adani or Ambani or about the Agniveer scheme. So all those anti-Hindu comments have been expunged. They have been taken off the parliamentary records. But Rahul Gandhi, and what he said, Prime Minister himself said that calling Hindus violent is a very serious matter. This is an attack on the entire community. Amit Shah, who went on to say that crores of people proudly call themselves Hindu, and linking violence with any religion is absolutely wrong. So Rahul Gandhi is certainly facing the ire of what he said yesterday, and what Prime Minister Narendra Modi will say at 4 p.m. today is much awaited. Rakshita.